What is up, guys? It's IFM here with the final battle between MetalGro and Extra Shine. MetalGro was able to take the ORAS OU, and Extra Shine was able to take DPP, and now we have black and white to decide this series. And Garchomp's going to go for that quick Dragon Claw into the Aerodactyl. MetalGro is running a drag spam team with the fast arrow lead. And as you can see, that is going to be the Scarf Garchomp going to get big damage in on the Aerodactyl. But that's going to be giving a free switch into King Zone, the Magna Zone. Unfortunately, the critical hit is going to be dropped on it from that Garchomp. So it's going to take a little bit of extra damage here. And it's pretty much a mirror matchup as Extra Shine is running basically the same team. So the Magna Zone on Magna Zone battle is going to appear, and massive damage drop from that hidden power, most likely going to be a variant of the choice specs, probably HP Fire. And now Aerodactyl's going to come in and get his rocks up on his own. And now we got a nice patented speed tie right here. This is a fast and furious battle, and it's going to come down to Extra Shine's Aerodactyl being trained, just that much better, obviously up in the mountains right there. And the Aerodactyl is going to go down for MetalGro, leaving him at that quick 5-5 tie as he was able to take out the Magna Zone of Extra Shine. But this does give MetalGro the opportunity to really pick his switch-ins. But as you can see, his team is damaged a lot more by that Stealth Rocks than Extra Shine's is, as you have that Dragonite and that Kyurem that both don't like switching into rocks. So I'm guessing it's probably going to be the Jirachi switch-in right here, as he already has taken out the Magna Zone for Extra Shine, so he doesn't have to worry about it being trapped. But at the same time, it's going to be very difficult for him to deal with Scizor. He can always just try to, flinch his way through, or he has to worry about the rough skin from that Garchomp going and doing some massive damage, plus it outspeeding with that Choice Scarf. So Jirachi's going to come in right here, going to be able to threaten out that Aerodactyl most likely, unless Extra Shine decides to just sack it. But I can imagine it's probably just going to be the Scizor switch-in, as you can see here. Not going to be taking a lot of damage from that Iron Head, 20%. So if he wants to take this Scizor out, he's going to have to get another 3 Iron Head flinches in a row. And the Scizor just has to survive one of them and get a nice U-turn off and get some momentum going onto the side of Extra Shine. So MetalGro does not want to take that risk, going to switch his Kyurem into that Scizor, and it's going to take a super power to the face, and that's going to be a quick 5-4 advantage for Extra Shine, but that's going to give an opportunity for MetalGro to switch in his Dragonite and start getting some Dragon Dances off. But at the same time, it's checked pretty well by that Garchomp, so it's really going to be a prediction game right here. Does Extra Shine risk the Garchomp to that Dragonite, and he decides not to, going to take the Aerodactyl in there instead, and it's going to get bopped right there by an Outrage, but this is going to lead to a very easy revenge kill for Extra Shine. Going to be able to switch his Garchomp in and get a Dragon Claw off, or he can go to the Latios and go for that Draco Meteor and drop a Draco right on Dragonite's face. And it's really just going to be up to him what to choose. Honestly, it really depends on that Latios' set, because if he can choose to not get locked into a choice move right now, that would be very key. Because being locked into something like that Dragon Claw would just lead to the Jirachi doing more and more damage to Extra Shine's team, or the opportunity for the Magna Zone to come in and tank the Dragon Claw up quite well and fire off some, what's that steel move? Flash Cannons or Thunderbolts, because obviously he's probably going to be predicting a switch out. So the Garchomp does come in instead, going to take that Dragon Claw and destroy the Dragonite, as its multi-scale was broken thanks to the Stealth Rocks that Extra Shine set up early. And now MetalGro has his choice between his 2 steel types on what he wants to switch in right here. I can imagine it's probably going to be the Magna Zone, because you have a pretty free opportunity to start spamming out some Flash Cannons. That's still going to do massive damage coming off of a Choice Specs Magna Zone to that Scizor, and it's also going to do huge damage to the Latios and the Dragonite and prevent them from doing a whole lot, because you really don't want to have your Jirachi worn down right now by this Garchomp and the rough skin. So I think really the safest option here for MetalGro is to go to that Magna Zone, but at the same time being locked into something like the Flash Cannon does give some good opportunities for that Scizor to start throwing out some U-turns or stuff along those lines. And it's really kind of going to be tense down the end here because both players are in a very similar situation with, you know, not having the best opportunities to try to push through the opponent's team, as they have a lot of like choice mons, and it's just going to be a matter of one of them is going to lock into one move, maybe kill one Pokemon, and then they're just going to switch in their counter and get even more damage up. So I could definitely see, yeah, the Magnezone coming in here. Probably going to be a Flash Cannon thrown out, but if he has balls of steel and predicts that the Scizor is coming in, he could obviously go for either the Hidden Power Fire or the Thunderbolt or even the Volt Switch right here. And it is going to be the Latios instead, going to be able to tank that Flash Cannon up, leaving it at 24% health. And this is big advantage right here to Extra Shine, as now he can just kill it with something like a Hidden Power Fire and take that Magnezone out of play. And at the same time, leaving him a great opportunity to deal with the Jirachi, as he has the Scizor and the Garchomp left to deal with it, as well as trying to deal with the opposing Latios. And he's going to use the Draco Meteor to just blast through the Magnezone's health, take it out, and now it's going to be Jirachi time here for MetalGro. And honestly, I think he really has to go for something like a big dick play here and go for that Ice Punch and try to get the freeze on like the Scizor or something, or get the Ice Punch into the predicted Garchomp switch in, trying to get Rough Skin up and be able to do a huge amount of damage. I definitely see Extra Shine just sacrificing this Latios right here, though, as he does have that Garchomp that's individually able to deal with both the Jirachi and able to deal with the Latios. And as you can see, it's just going to be the U-turn, taking out that Latios for Extra Shine, and the Latios of his own is going to come in here from MetalGro. And we're most likely going to see the Scizor switch in, I would guess. And he's just going to start firing off priority moves and trying to get some damage in. He could also go to the Scizor and throw out a U-turn, hoping to get the Latios locked into a Hidden Power Fire if it's a Choice Specs variant with that Hidden Power Fire. But that does leave you really wide open to a Life Orb Hidden Power Fire, because then, you know, you're forced to go to your Garchomp and then you're stuck in a 50-50. So going to be interesting what he decides to go with. And it's going to be the Dragonite, probably going to throw out an Extreme Speed right here and try to get the advantage going back his way, because obviously that Dragonite's not going to be taking the Draco Meteor. He could also just let the Dragonite go and take that Draco Meteor anyways, not even use the Extreme Speed. Though I'd imagine he'd go for that, but instead go for something like an Earthquake or a Fire Punch, predicting the Jirachi switch in. And you are going to see the Fire Punch from Extra Shine. That is massive, because now a combination of the priority moves on his side of the field, plus that Rough Skin damage from Garchomp, means pretty much GG here. It's going to be Extra Shine taking this best out of 3, and now all he has to do is win another best out of 3 over Ox the Fox, and he is going to get the 15th seed in Smogon Tournament. Because all he has to do is switch this Garchomp in, or just go for an Extreme Speed of his own, get some damage in on that Dragonite, and now all he has to do is just kind of go for that Outrage, and the game is over. Choice Scarf Garchomp is going to be taking it, and that's going to be the victory going over to Extra Shine. So yeah, we just got to wait for these final plays to play out. As you can see, it was a very interesting mirror match there, both of them going for Aerodactyl Dragon spam. Not seen super often. Normally you want some kind of other hazard setters, but it's definitely very effective, as both players decided to go for, personally, my favorite strategy, though obviously 6 dragons is better than 3. So obviously the 6 dragon team, got to go with that instead. But Garchomp takes that Jirachi out with that Outrage, and now it is just up to the Latios to actually have a Choice Scarf of his own. Going to take out... No, actually, that was not Choice Scarf Garchomp. Am I going crazy? I think I am. Because I definitely saw that Life Orb damage coming in, right? No, I'm just crazy. That is Choice Scarf Latios. So, yeah, able to tank that Draco Meteor up with that Scizor quite easily. And a couple Bullet Punches will do it. Sorry, I got confused. I swear I had seen Life Orb. But, yeah, it's going to be the Choice Scarf. And that's going to be the game going to Extra Shine. Sorry about that mistake there at the end. This has been IFM from IFM Studios. Make sure to like, and if you want, you can even subscribe to the channel, because we are going to be bringing the content in the next upcoming weeks, as like I said in that first video, my computer is finally fixed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, this has been IFM out.